Good afternoon. My name is Selena Colon. I'm here today to talk about Alice for my public speaking class. Alice is a very complex person. She has these reoccurring dreams ever since she was a little girl of her going into this wonderland. In her dream, she sees this rabbit and she chases it everywhere. And then the rabbit stops at one point and pulls out his pocket watch and points at it. Alice looks at the rabbit, and as she's looking at the rabbit jumps in the hole. So Alice follows the rabbit into the hole, and as she lands, she sees herself in this room full of doors. One of the room she sees it looks exactly like a mirror, but in the mirror it shows another land, this beautiful green garden, and to open it you have to have a key. Well, Alice doesn't have a key, so she looks up and she sees this table with one that has a cake that says "Eat me" and then a drink that says "Drink me," and then she sees the key. But she grabs the key and tries to open the door, but she realizes she's too big to fit in. So she starts crying, and then she realizes that she sees the cake. So she eats the cake, and the cake shrinks her down. But then she forgets the key to unlock the door again. So she cries again that she can't fit through the door. So then she goes back and drinks the drink, and she starts to get bigger. So she takes the key and opens the door, and then she realizes again that she can't fit through the door because she's big. So she starts crying, and as she's crying, she starts to shrink, and she notices. So she starts crying even more and more until she's small. When she finally can fit into the door, and she walks in, and she sees this beautiful green garden with lots of colorful mushrooms. And the first thing she runs into is this caterpillar. The caterpillar and her are arguing for a while, and the caterpillar finally tells her what things she can't eat and what things she can eat. For example, some things will make her grow big again, and some things will make her shrink down into a smaller size. She runs into the rabbit again with the Mad Hatter, and they're sitting down and they're having this tea party that is frozen in time, and until she arrives, the rabbit notices her, and they start talking for a while. Then the rabbit takes her around the land, shows her different locations, and they bump into the queen. The queen is there with the king playing cricket, and she starts talking to the queen and telling her like, "Hi, I'm the queen here. Who are you?" Alice introduces herself to the queen, and they go on playing cricket. Then the queen notices that her tarts are missing. That so she has this trial and to try to find out where her tarts went. So at the trial, Alice is all excited because this is her first trial. She always seen trials on TV, but never really been in one. So she leans over and sees what the judges are doing, and the judges are writing stuff down that says stupid stuff on it. So she leans over and looks at another one, and it says stupid stuff on it again. So Alice looks at one of the judges and thinks you don't know what you're doing. And so the queen starts investigating on who stole her tarts, and she wants to behead everybody that is a witness. And Alice looks at her and says that is stupid. You don't even know who stole your tarts. You could have eaten all your tarts and forgotten who ate them. So the queen doesn't like it, and as Alice is talking to the queen, she is growing each time. And the king says how you can't be you can only be a certain height for you to stay here. And Alice looks at the king and says, "You just made that up. That's not a rule." And the queen gets mad that she is talking back to the king and tells her guards to behead Alice. Alice is already full grown size, And Alice stands up and gets mad and says, "You can't behead me. I'm 3 times taller than you." And the queen tells her deck of cards to attack Alice. Alice stands up and starts moving her hands, like flicking the deck of cards everywhere. So after she's moving and flying every card everywhere, Alice wakes up to her sister moving leaves off of her face, and her sister asks her, "What's the matter?" And she's like, "I just had the dreams that I've been having every night." And so the sister tells Alice to go go inside and go wash up for dinner. And as Alice is walking inside, the sister ends up falling asleep and ends up having the same dream that Alice was having. So after her dream, she wakes up and thinks like maybe this land is real or if it's just a dream.